Now see, today we are going to study about the electrostatic analogy and the magnetic analogy. Means what? How this electrostatic field is related with the magnetic field. If suppose we give the we know that electric field is denoted by E, magnetic field is denoted by B. So now today we have to start with the how this electric field and magnetic field are analogous to each other. Okay, so yesterday we have seen that magnetic dipole moment. Okay, and in case of magnetic dipole moment we have seen that it is denoted by capital M. It is magnetic dipole moment, and P is denoted by electric dipole moment. Okay, now so how this electrostatics and magnetism are interrelated, किस तरह से इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक और मैग्नेटिज्म इंटर रिलेटेड है, ये हमको देखना है. अभी ये क्यों कर रहे हैं हम? बिकॉज एट द टाइम ऑफ न्यूमेरिकल प्रॉब्लम्स इन द नीट एग्जाम और फॉर द CET एग्जाम यू मस्ट बी इन ए पोजिशन टू अंडरस्टैंड द एनालॉगस ऑफ दिस. मीन्स यू मस्ट एबल टू रिमेंबर दिस. क्योंकि क्या होता है ना, अगर आप लोग कंपेरिजन करके पढ़ेंगे तो ईजिली अंडरस्टैंड रहेगा. ओके, तो सबसे पहले हमने क्या देख लिया, इलेक्ट्रिक डाइपोल मूवमेंट इट इज़ डिनोटेड बाय कैपिटल P, and magnetic dipole moment it is denoted by capital M. Further, in electrostatic constant value is 1/4 pi epsilon naught. ये किसके लिए है? K का वैल्यू है in electrostatics. It is in case of electrostatics. Now what about in case of magnetism? Magnetism is having mu naught by 4 pi. So mu naught by 4 pi is the constant for the magnetism. This also we know. Means in short we will say that 1/4 pi epsilon naught is implies mu naught by 4 pi. This is case of the magnetic field and this is case for the electrostatics. Okay, so now we have derived the relation for axial field of a short dipole. Axial field, axial on the axis, what is the field of the short dipole? If there is a short dipole in electrostatics, we have seen that it is 1/4 pi epsilon naught into 2p by r cube. This is in case of electrostatics. Similarly, in case of magnetism, it is what? It is denoted by B. It is B axial. And this is E axial. So B axial is given by mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by r cube. Now one thing you will observe here, that this in electrostatic it is 2p by r cube. In case of magnetism it is mu naught by 4 pi 2m by r cube. So what we have to understand here, that the constant terms, that is mu naught by 4 pi constant means mu naught by 4 pi and 1/4 pi epsilon naught is same as per their respective category. But 2p and 2m, p is for the electric dipole moment and m is for what? Magnetic dipole moment. Remaining this r cube and r cube is remaining same. Okay, similarly we will see the short dipole, that is E. In case of electrostatic, EQ it is given by -1/4 pi epsilon naught into p by r cube, and in case of magnetic field it is given by minus mu naught by 4 pi into m by r cube. This we have derived, we have seen. Similarly, torque. Next we have seen for the torque. How will you represent the torque in case of electrostatics? In case of electrostatics, we have derived the relation tau is equal to P into E. In case of magnetism, tau is equal to small m into B. Here in case of electrostatic, E is the electric field, so electric field is multiplied by the dipole moment. Okay. In case of magnetism, B is the magnetic field, it is multiplied by the magnetic dipole moment, so m into B it will come. So torque is clear. This is for the torque. Now what is the external energy? In case of this external energy, you have seen U is equal to minus of P into E. Here what it is? U is equal to minus of M dot B. Means where M is there, there we have to substitute P, and where P is there, there we have to substitute M, and in place of E we have to substitute B. So this is the we can say analogous method for studying the electric field and the magnetic field. Now one more thing we have to understand, that in case of magnetic field, the torque is equal to what? Mb sin theta. And in case of this, since it is sin theta, so when the torque will be maximum? When theta is equal to 90 degree. Get okay? So magnetic dipole moment and electric dipole moment, this is the analogous form. So in this part we have seen the analogous part of the electricity and the magnetism. Now what happens in case of moving charges and magnetism? हमने क्या देखा था? सोलेनॉइड देखा था. सोलेनॉइड में क्या हो रहा है? When current is passed through the circular coil, it will create the magnetic field inside the coil. Okay, so now here we have to see that how this solenoid is equivalent to a bar magnet. बार मैग्नेट का और सोलेनॉइड का रिलेशन कैसे है, इक्विवेलेंट है कि नहीं, वो दैट वी हैव टू सी. वी नो दैट मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइंस ऑफ सोलेनॉइड and magnetic field lines of magnet are similar. If they are similar, then the solenoid we can thought of a large number of circulating current. Solenoid में क्या हो रहा है? Large number of circulating current. So now in this topic we have to just see, we have to derive the relation. This relation is also important, that show that the bar magnet is an equivalent to a solenoid. हमको क्या प्रूव करना है? ये 5 मार्क्स का डेरिवेशन है. अब तक कभी पूछा नहीं है एग्जाम में, मगर पूछ सकता है. सो ये 5 मार्क्स का डेरिवेशन दे में आस्क दैट शो दैट द बार मैग्नेट इज इक्विवेलेंट टू ए सोलेनॉइड. सो now we have to derive this relation. So in this relation we have to see that how a bar magnet is an equivalent to a solenoid. So now for this, first we have to understand the diagram. So in the first, now we are going to, this derivation is little bit lengthy, so again I will make the 10 minutes video this is. So in the next part I will show you the derivation. Now here we have to consider the diagram. First you understand that how a bar magnet is an equivalent to a solenoid. So first what we'll do, we will consider that this is a solenoid, circular means cylindrical shaped. Okay, this is the wire through which the current is flowing. Okay, but what happens, this solenoid is having n number of turns. We are considering that the solenoid is having n number of turns of length. So and if n number of turns of the solenoid is there, so what we'll consider, that this is the solenoid and this solenoid is having the n number of turns. So if we consider a small element, or if we consider, for this what we have to consider, first of all we will say that the length is of, from here to here length is 2L, length of the radius. Here this is the radius R, and P is the point we will consider at a distance from the center of this. ये कितने डिस्टेंस पर है? R डिस्टेंस पर है. Okay, और further we'll consider that there is a thick element of length dx. Okay, this thick element of length dx is at a distance x. यहाँ से यहाँ तक का डिस्टेंस कितना है? x हमने कंसिडर किया. Okay, we have to derive the relation that n number of turns are there in the solenoid. So we are taking now only one example here for derivation, that this is the thickness dx at a distance x from the center of the solenoid. This is the center of the solenoid, and from here to here length is L. So this whole length will become what? 2L. So this distance is L. So here to here distance is L. समझ में आ गया? तो आगे का हम डेरिवेशन नेक्स्ट